Hey there guys, how are we all doing? It's Monday after the weekend, where it's bonfire night of the weekend, Guy Fawkes night rather, not bonfire night, idiot I am. And now it's Monday, and we've had a crazy weekend of football in the Premier League. Like, what the hell is going on? I could talk about the matches, okay? I could talk about how Man United got battered by City 2-0. I could talk about how Liverpool lost their first game of the season away at West Ham. How West Ham are absolutely flying. Like, what the hell's happened there? I bet West Ham fans can't believe it. If you are a West Ham fan, let me know below. Congratulations on your season so far. We could talk about how Chelsea dropped points out to Burnley, which I didn't see happening. How Tottenham got a draw in Conte's first game in the Premier League as manager of Tottenham. But I want to talk about the managerial situation. Also, I've just seen it pop up on Sky Sports News, and PSG are now 10 points clear in the French league. They're unstoppable in the league, just crap in Europe in the Champions League. Anyways, the managerial sack race, it's gone bloody bonkers. The one club that needs to act and jump on this sacking train, they're not doing a bloody thing. That's my club. And yet we've seen over the weekend Daniel Farker gets a win as Norwich manager, their first win of the season, and he's sacked. He was apparently knew before the game, but if he did not let on at all, because afterwards he was chuffed to bits. We've seen Neil Warnock, I don't want to talk about Middlesbrough and Championship, but Neil Warnock on Saturday, I think, got a draw with West Brom, got the sack. Bear in mind, so they won their game before that, I think Middlesbrough won, and then drew with West Brom, and he still got the sack. Chris Wilder has gone in at Middlesbrough now. And then you look at Villa, Aston Villa. What did they do over the weekend? Did they lose? I'm trying to remember what their score was. Lost on Friday to Southampton. On Sunday, yesterday, they sacked Dean Smith. So far, I think we've had 5 Premier League sackings this season. Let's go through. So, Steve Bruce at Newcastle, that's 1. Daniel Farker at Norwich, that's 2. Cisco Munoz, I think that's his name, at Watford, that's 3. Dean Smith at Villa is 4. Has there been a 5th? Now I'm going to go through. Oh yeah, obviously. Sorry. Nuno at Tottenham. That's 5. 5 managers out. And obviously there'll be 5 managers in at some point. We've already had Conte coming at Tottenham, which I think is a piece of brilliant business. On yesterday's evidence, okay, a goal was drawn, but as somebody who watched a bit of Tottenham under Nuno, I honestly believe they would have lost that game yesterday away at Everton. I like Nuno. I live in Wolves, and he was Wolves manager for a few years. I have nothing against the bloke, other than he there's something wrong with you. That man could motivate a dead chicken. I ain't kidding. He's just full of beans, isn't he? He's up and down the touchline. And I think that's great. And the fact they came out afterwards, he could have said, yeah, it's a good point. But, we've lost. But he came out and said in the interview afterwards, I don't like drawing games. You've just gone away from home, you've not been beaten, you've kept a clean sheet. And he says, I don't like drawing games. I'll take that any day of the week over what I get from Ollie at United. How, we went 2-0 down, but if I told the lads, if we just get one goal back, you never know. I'm like, I heard this, I'm like, what are you on about? We're at Old Trafford, to our biggest rivals, local rivals, Man City, and you're saying it's alright if we go 2-0 down, because if we get one back, you never know what might happen. That's the sort of crap you have to listen to as a United fan. It's terrible. So anyway, Watford, Brian Ranieri to replace Xisco Munoz. Ranieri got a win in his first game against Everton, and since then, nothing. Lost to Arsenal yesterday 1-0. They lost last weekend as well, from what I remember. I think Watford will go down this season with Ranieri there or not. I don't see how he's going to keep them up, in all honesty. Maybe a bit of a rash choice to bring him in. I mean, Chris Wilder might not be the type of manager that Watford normally go for, but if they've gone down with a Chris Wilder, there's a good chance he'll do alright for them in the Championship. Ranieri will not do a good job in the Championship next season if they go down. I'll be surprised if he's still there next season, if they end up in the Championship after this season. Then we have Newcastle. I've just about appointed Eddie Howe. He's going to become the new Newcastle manager. What does Eddie Howe bring to the table? He's got 3 or 4 years experience in the Premier League. He's been out of a job for 2 years now. It's been a couple of years since he managed in the Premier League. He has obviously gone away, probably worked or watched a lot of training sessions, travelled to Europe maybe, or the world, watching how different clubs do things. I've heard this before, a lot of managers do this when they're out of work. They'll go, they'll ask like Pep Guardiola, maybe Bielsa, maybe Zidane, etc. They'll say, can we come and watch your training sessions? And these guys are usually pretty decent, and they'll say, yeah, come along. They can sort of pick up tips and stuff. You might go and watch like a Mourinho training session, etc, etc. Just watching a lot of matches around the world, and picking up little bits and pieces how they can obviously improve as managers when they get the chance to another job. So yeah, Newcastle have got Eddie Howe. They got their first point in a while on the weekend. They got a 1-1 draw with Brighton, which on paper ain't a bad result. Brighton are a really good team under Graham Potter, and I think that point will do Newcastle good, and they'll look to build on that after the international break. Maybe they'll do like to not had an international break and got the point, and then next weekend go again, sort of thing. But they've got a couple of weeks now without a game. We'll see how they get on when Eddie Howe is in charge. At Norwich, he's gone, Daniel Farke. I'm only surprised that they started the season with the man. So, came up with them, it was 2 years ago, to the Premier League, no problem. Went straight back down with them, then straight back up again. I, at that point, would have thought, now is a good time to get a new man in. He's done the job of getting you back up to the Premier League. Have a chance now. You're obviously not going to spend a lot of money He's a bit shit if you ask me. Apologies. My phone started playing up then. Yeah, if you get your first win of the season and then they sack you, I think that's really crap, in all honesty. But Lampard, believe it or not, Frank Lampard is being linked with the Norwich job. It seems a bit of an odd one to me. I only really associate Frank Lampard with London. Obviously he had a year or two at Man City, or half a season, whatever it was. And he had his time in LA. Was it LA Galaxy? I think it was that. But he's a London lad, ain't he? Not a Norwich kind of bloke. Obviously he's had time in charge at Derby as well, I forgot that. Which does not seem like the type of bloke to me to get settled in Norwich. Obviously, if he takes the job, then there you go. He'll be aware. Look, there's a 99% chance you'll be managing in the Championship next season. He has done the Championship job, obviously, with Derby. So it won't be like a completely unknown division to him. And I can see, I guess I can see it happening. I think Chris Wilder would have been a good appointment for them, but he'd already been snapped up by Middlesbrough. It's a really strange decision to give Farker all that time. Really strange. Who else have we got? Villa. Sacking their manager, Dean Smith. So you sell your best player, Jack Grealish. Okay, that's fair enough. 100 million. I don't blame him for selling him. But then you bring in about 5-6 players. So Buendia, Leon Bailey, Danny Ings. That's 3 of them. Twan Zabi on loan, Ashley Young as backup left back. That is a lot of players though to integrate into a side, and I think that's a lot to expect. The last couple of weeks they've had a lot of injuries. On the weekend against Southampton they had like 5 academy players on their bench, which you don't normally get in a Premier League lineup. That rarely happens. So I just think it's a bit shady to give the man the sack at this point. He obviously he got him into the Premier League. He kept them there in their first season and their second season. This is their 3rd season in the Premier League under Dean Smith, and now he's gone. They're being linked with the Danish manager who did really good things at the Euros with Denmark. You know, they were great. Whether or not that was just them being like brought together. Obviously Christian Eriksen's terrible, you know, accident, or not accident, you know what I mean, like the situation he was in. I mean, it's because he's a decent manager, the Danish bloke. Steven Gerrard has also been linked with the Aston Villa job. Who, I mean, I think that'd be a great move for Steven Gerrard. You can go straight from Rangers to Liverpool, but I don't think that'd be good for Gerrard. I think the Premier League is such a more difficult level compared to the Scottish League. I mean, I watched the Scottish League yesterday, and I was watching Celtic at Dundee. It was just end to end. I mean, Charlie Adam is still playing. Did you know that? I had no idea Charlie Adam was still a footballer. I thought he was just doing radio work these days. But no, there he was in the Dundee team. It finished 4-2 in the end to Celtic. But it was just all over the shop, the game was. Rangers went behind like in the first 6 minutes in their game, came back to win, but I do think I reckon if Gerrard doesn't manage in the Premier League there before the Liverpool job comes available, I would not be surprised to see Liverpool go for someone else before they go for Gerrard next. But yeah, Dean Smith, unlucky. They're also being linked with Roberto Martinez. That man is pretty useless. He's as useless as a chocolate teapot, in my opinion. After seeing him, obviously managing Everton, what did he do there? And he had a long time. Apparently Martinez and Gerrard are on the short list of candidates for Villa. Says that on Sky Sports now. But no, I wouldn't want Martinez if I was a Villa fan. Yes, he's managing one of the best international teams in the world. But what does that mean for his Premier League credentials? What has he ever done in the Premier League to warrant being in charge of a big team like Villa? And Villa are a big team, let's not kid ourselves. Gerrard, I think would be a great step for him before getting the Liverpool job. The Danish manager, yeah, again, no Premier League experience. I could see him at Southampton maybe. They like to take a chance on a manager who's fairly unknown. Hasenhuttl, Poch. This bloke is unknown in terms of Premier League management. I think if Southgate weren't like doing so well for England, I could see him getting the Villa job, being a former Villa player. I could definitely see that happening. But yeah, so this managerial sack race has gone crazy this weekend, and the one team, again, who could have done with doing something about it is United. And I honestly think because all this is going on, we won't do it. They won't want to be seen as one of these teams that just pull the plug, like Villa, like Norwich, like Tottenham, like Newcastle, and Villa, Tottenham, Newcastle, Norwich, and who's the other one? I knew I'd forget. Watford. Yeah, United won't want to be seen to be doing that, but they need to. It's getting so bad under Ollie at the minute. Things have gone crap, so he changed it to a back five, thinking, well, this is what I keep being told to do. People were saying it in the media. United should go to back five. Ollie goes to back five. They get a result away at Tottenham 3-0. Now this was a Tottenham team that a couple of weeks later conceded 2 goals out to Vitesse Arnhem in Conte's first job. So thinking, oh, we beat Tottenham away, it's great, we've turned a corner. Nope, you haven't, because you then barely got a draw away at Atalanta 2-2. You then lose to Man City 2-0. So when you think about it, in 4 games, they conceded 5 against Liverpool, 2 against Atalanta, 2 against City. That's 9 goals in 4 games. It's rather awkward and horrible to watch. You know, I don't watch them anymore. I'll put the game on, I'll be on the TV, and I'll be doing something on my phone and just waiting for the groans and moans of United fans, because I know it's coming every time. Yep, let's just wait until they score, because you know it's going to happen. Not to be sitting here like, yep, there you go, 1-0, 2-0. United did not get a single. They had 1 or 2 shots, didn't they, on the weekend? But from what they should be doing at home to Man City, it wasn't good enough. Let me know your thoughts below, guys. Who will be the next managerial casualty? I don't think it'll be Ollie. I think if any job at the minute, I would say who's about at the minute? So you got United, Liverpool, United, Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea, Man City. None of those. Tottenham, no, obviously. Villa, West Ham. Villa have already done it. West Ham, well, why the hell do you sack David Moyes, for Christ's sake? I'm running out of teams. Watford have already done it, so no. Norwich, no. Leeds could, if they keep struggling. Bielsa might go before the end of the season. I know they got a draw on the weekend. Leicester, Brighton, well, with Rodgers and Potter in charge of their respective clubs, they'll keep them in charge. My mind's a bit blank here, guys, I'm afraid. Everton, now they will get rid of Benitez. Wolves, Bruno Lage, they lost to Palace, but he's been doing alright. There's on like a 5-game unbeaten run before that. Vieira at Palace, doing a great job. Future Arsenal manager, if you ask me. So the only one I can see potentially still at risk, other than Ollie, is Bielsa. But Thomas Frank, they're on a bit of a bad run out there. I know they started the season great. Brentford did, but recently really bad. Lost on the weekend. Brentford actually lost to Norwich on the weekend. And then we had a young Sean Dyche at Burnley. He's not going anywhere. Nowhere they dare sack him, and rightly so. So I think Bielsa or Ollie will be next. And that's it. But let me know your thoughts below, guys, who will be sacked next, because you know somebody's going to be before the season's out. We're all not even in bloody December yet. Somebody's getting the sack. Take it easy, guys. See you later. Thumbs up and drop me a comment, subscribe.